Hello and welcome to this Moneycontrol interview. We are in conversation with Sridhar Vembu, the founder and CEO of Zoho. Sridhar, thank you very much for joining us on Moneycontrol. I want to start by getting your overall view on the Saas ecosystem. A lot has happened since generative AI. A lot of people are saying that Saas is going to see a huge disruption. In fact, a few days ago, I saw, I think it was an American company which, did away with their Saas providers like Salesforce and so on. Is it really that dire? What are you seeing on the ground?
So first of all, welcome, vanakkam. Thank you for coming to our event today. So yes, I saw that news, and they were also complaining about the expense. So if you are a very expensive SaaS player, it's worth, now this is a very concerning trend, which is why we have always been about being very affordable. I believe software prices will come down. SaaS prices will come down. That's inevitable. We are prepared for that world. That's why we provide that full suite. So in a sense, that trend favors us. Having said that, we also have to, of course, watch our business carefully. So far, what we are seeing is a lot of Salesforce migrations, a lot of expensive contracts ending and people switching over. That we are seeing. So that trend is good in a way.
Right. FY24, how was the year for you? What's the forecast for FY25? Because we also saw an interest rate cut happening and people believe that will spur corporate spending and in turn it will spur technology spending. What is your view on that, Sridhar?
We saw growth rates dip in the earlier part of the year. Now they seem to be, there's a recovery in growth. We see that. And this interest rate cut may further fuel that recovery, particularly in the developed world. India has always been fairly good for us. Having said that, I always say that the global economy is a massive earthquake zone and the tremors of debt, extreme debt, which is why the entire thing is Fed-driven now. When the Fed was not going to lower the interest rates, the stock market fell rapidly. And you saw the doldrums in Japan when they tried to raise the interest rate, when the currency fell. The currency appreciated so much, and then they cut the interest rate, the currency fell, all of that you saw. So that means we are in that tremor-led zone. How can you do business when the yen goes from 140 and 155, all of that? So much fluctuation. We are doing business in Japan. So that's why we have to be very careful. I like to say that we are a very strong company. We built a very strong foundation, but we live in a very large earthquake zone called the global economy. So however strong our houses, our foundations are, we still have to be careful.
Sridhar, you spoke about, revenues, customer growth, and everything. So last year, FY23 was phenomenal, 8,000 crores of revenue, 2,800 crores of profit. How about FY24 and how is FY25 looking? Will we see some dent because of the macro pressure?
See, none of these numbers we disclose. We file it to the government and you all get it. We are filing with the government, you will get it. So you will see.
Right. And today's news is, of course, on the ONDC seller app that you've launched, Vikra. Can you talk to us a little bit about that? And also, are there any plans on the buyer side as well? Because that's also a lot of activity happening on that end.
Yeah. So we are beginning with the seller side because so many of the merchants already are our customers with our e-commerce, our store point of sale, our GST, of course, our books and banking integration, our inventory is managed, we manage the inventory for them. So it's a very natural extension to offer this Vikra for the seller to onboarding them on ONDC. ONDC itself, we strongly believe, because it's a very critical part of our DPI, the digital public infrastructure, to overall lower the cost of this whole platforms for merchants and consumers, therefore consumers. And that's just like UPI, which is also a critical DPI. This effort is gaining steam. We are very happy to be part of it. Vikra is our major announcement for the seller side. We will expand the brand to cover the other sides over due course.
Semiconductor, I know you've made an application. Is there an update? Where will this come up when it comes up?
So you're asking, we only have an application pending. And given the nature of this technology, where, as I like to say, there is maybe 400, 500 critical steps in manufacturing a semiconductor. Really that many, and all of this different companies involved in that. most of the technologies are not, unfortunately, cannot be sourced in India. We have to get it from abroad. In those companies, the nature of those companies, what is their health? All of that have to be critically examined. That's what our ISM committees are examining. Our application is pending. It is too premature to speculate. First, even whether our application will be the one that is approved or will be among the ones that are approved. That's not yet guaranteed by any means. So speculating about location is still premature.
Right. Sridhar, in terms of job creation, I think employment is a major, thrust for the government. It's a major issue that gets spoken about. You recently opened a facility in Tirunelveli. You spoke today about moving north, in Hindi-speaking states. What has your experience been there in terms of finding technology and engineering talent?
We are just now in the process of scouting for location. We have hired a team to do this. We also have employees who are volunteered, who are from the region, who want to go back. They are already based in Chennai. They want to go back home. So we have a team in place. They're scouting for location. Once we find the location, we announce it. Because the team is already working, but they are working kind of in Chennai and other places. But we'll then move there and then we'll maybe conduct a press event from there.
Yeah. Sridhar, you also talk about Zoho's AI push, right? Not just larger models, you also speak about smaller models, narrow models and more. Can you talk to us about the investment there? What will we expect in the coming years from Zoho's AI push?
So I like to say that for particularly our notion of AI, there's multiple layers there. First is we want AI to be an invisible agent empowering our customers with better experience, more insights, helping them do better job in their daily work. That could be in a word processor, that could be in a CRM assisting the salesperson, could be AI assisting the support person, automatically generating a response based on analysis of the customer question as well as our documentation, help, all of that, or previously answered questions. All of this is a very appropriate domain of smaller models. The smaller models being below 5 to 10 billion parameter models. We are talking about the large models, which are few hundred, 400, 500 billion parameter models. We are deploying a lot of those smaller models. They are already in production. They are already helping customers today. And we are expanding that as we speak. The second aspect is AI for software development itself. And we are seeing software productivity gains. We are ourselves working in that area. So we'll see some announcements maybe next year on AI for software development, better tools, better technologies for software development, for security. Security is another area where AI can play a role, software security. So these are all the areas we are investing in. More broadly, we definitely, our country needs to invest in our own foundational models, but that is a massive investment. And we are also looking for alternatives to how to lower the cost. In other words, we want to invest in this, but we don't want to invest the billions they are investing in. We don't have the billions. So how do we go about this in a more creative way? That we are looking at.
Do you think the government should fund this effort like what we've seen in the UAE?
I'm always very reluctant to say government should do this, government should do that, because government has so many priorities that are critical for our citizens. I don't know that funding LLM development is appropriate job for the government. So, but the government can offer other kinds of support. For example, our CSIR, all those labs, the institutions like IIT, IISc has very many smart people. More collaborative work can be done. So the government already has scientists working on it. We could work with them. In fact, I spoke at CSIR about 3 weeks ago. And so those are some of the areas we'll be looking at.
So one on your NBFC license, right? You recently got an NBFC license. Where will that head to? Will you be getting into lending business? I think B2B payments you've already launched. So will you be getting into lending, or what are the other scope of?
It's actually that investment, that NBFC license is directed towards our rural efforts, particularly among our poorest people. They have, even today there is priority sector lending by banks, all that. But even to qualify for that, we need some minimal amount of things. So we look at ourselves as, even before they can go to a public sector bank or NABARD or anything, they have to be prepared with some business coaching, preparation, some amount of capital, all of that to jumpstart themselves, bootstrap themselves first. That is what we are focused on right now. It is much more of a philanthropic effort than money making. Because I mean, to be very honest, I don't want to make money on money. I am very opposed to that being purely a finance player. So this is to enable our poorer citizens to get on their feet with being entrepreneurs. That is the goal.
Right. Lastly, Sridhar, every year we see Zoho getting into some adjacency. Payments and lending ties into your SMB focus. The ONDC ecosystem also ties into the fact that you serve a lot of small and medium enterprises. What are your 2-3 key focus areas going to be for 2024, 2025? Something that you will invest a lot behind?
So we are investing heavily in security and compliance. That's a hot topic now. You saw the CrowdStrike, all of that. We have already had huge investments. We'll see both in terms of our own compliance efforts, also products in that area, helping other companies comply with it, security tools. That's an investment. You saw the IoT announcement. We are deepening that. Our whole finance suite is broadening as well with all the payments and the Vikra today, all of that. So we have a lot more coming. And also the AI, truthful AI, how to ensure that AI can be truthful. That requires some fundamental, I would say, technological, even scientific or even mathematical breakthroughs. We have been working on it. The nature of that work is you cannot guarantee what the outcome will be, but we are working on it.
Great. On that note, thank you very much for talking to Moneycontrol. Thank you, sir. Thank you.